I'm Dwayne Caraway, and this is The Other Side with DC. There are always two sides to every story, but sometimes there's a third side. We're going to explore a third side. I want you to like it, subscribe, and share it, and do that about 100 times each one. Just share it to everybody and tell them to make sure they share, because this is something that you want to hear. My guest is Dashamber McQueen. How you doing, Miss McQueen?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, thank you so much for being here.
It's an honor.
No, it's an honor for me to have you here, for you to be here. Listen, where are you from?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Where about?
Roosevelt High School.
No, now, come on, don't start.
I'm a belt dog. I'm Roosevelt High School.
Don't you start.
I'm telling you.
I'm the Velt.
Oh, no.
Yes, I am.
No.
No, I'm the real Velt.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
You went to Roosevelt?
I used to run them sidewalks you walking up Morel. They used
to
to
the
be
pizza house? Was the pizza house there?
Wait. There used to be dirt. In 1968 is when I started dealing with the city of Dallas, making them to concrete the sidewalks that everybody is walking up this very day.
Wow.
I graduated in 1970. I was the real Mustang.
So you the original Mustang.
The original.
Wow.
So you went to Roosevelt.
Roosevelt High School. I graduated in 2004.
Okay.
So thank you for that sidewalk.
You welcome.
I did walk that sidewalk a lot of days, a lot of times. So,
when we would get to school, get to class, our shoes would be muddy. Okay. Well, rainy days and the water running down the hill, yada yada yada. There's so much for that. But so, what part of Dallas are you from?
I originally from like the Oak Cliff area, Pleasant Grove. I grew up in
PG,
Pleasant Grove.
PG.
Off Buckner, Jim Miller.
That's the real
Westmoreland. So I'm all the way in Oak Cliff.
All the way.
Yes.
Well, you decided to. So I understand. I'm gonna jump around a little bit because I want to get straight into some things, because I want folks to really gravitate and get a handle on what we're talking about.
Okay.
Once you were homeless, and we'll get into that.
Okay.
But you have a foundation. Tell me a little bit about your foundation.
So I have a foundation called McQueen Foundation, Fight Against Hunger. And next year will be our 10th year anniversary.
Congrats.
10 years. And we have fought the homeless in 10 different states and 3 countries.
Come on now.
Yeah, so we travel. I teach people who want to be an ambassador, so I look for ambassadors in different locations. And so once I find them, they go through a training. Like we do a Zoom call, they go through training. I help them brand, like the tablecloths, how to treat people, how to love people. Because the foundation in Dallas, I want that same energy to be in every location around the world, which is love, faith, hope, joy, encouragement. So McQueen Foundation have to be the same in every single location.
Okay.
We've been to Ghana, Uganda, and the Philippines.
No.
Yes, yes, sir. And so my team out there, even though there is a, communication may not be the best, but God has blessed me to be able to communicate with the people there to still teach them that same foundation and that love with people. So, yeah, it's really a blessing.
So, but now you where did you get started with it?
So I started by myself. Man, this really goes into the story of me being homeless, because I didn't
ahead.
start.
No,
Okay, so let me
let's get wide open.
Okay, let's go and get to it. So I was homeless for a year.
Okay.
I slept in my car. I was stealing food from Walmart. I was going behind buildings to use the restroom.
Come on now.
And for a whole year. And one of the things, if I don't remember nothing else, I remember I used to sit in my car all day long, and I used to just stare at the clock. I didn't have no purpose. At that time, I didn't have no purpose, like nothing. I would just sit there and just stare at the clock all day long. And I ended up getting a job at UPS.
Okay.
And I was making $125 a week.
125 a week.
$125 a week. UPS was doing me so wrong. And
that's $500.
$500
a month.
A month.
Well, I think that's right.
Well, after taxes,
Yeah.
now And you can't live off $500.
No.
So I was sleeping at the Walmart on Wheatland. I'm not sure you're familiar with it.
I'm very familiar
okay,
with
cool.
it.
So that was my home. I was sleeping at the Walmart at Wheatland, and I was working at the UPS on Walnut Hill.
Okay.
So I remember the day I had to go pick up my check. I didn't have no gas money.
None.
Nothing. And so I remember going to the gas station. I ended up going in my console in my car, and I had console, and I had a bunch of pennies.
Okay.
So I'm like, good, I got enough for a gallon of gas. Baby, I can go get my little check. I'm happy.
I'm finna do it.
I'm finna do it.
Keep gas in the car.
I'm good. I'm about to go get this check.
Yeah.
So I get the pennies out. I count them. I'm happy. I'm happy. So this is the turning point. I go inside the gas station, and I give the cashier my pennies. He looked at the pennies and said, I'm not taking these dirty pennies. They dirty pennies. They dirty.
Where was this at?
It was at the racetrack right on Cocker Hill.
The racetrack?
Yes, where the Cheddar's is on Cocker Hill and like Wheatland.
I'm writing that down because I'm finna go over there and get them. I'm going to go over there with all my pennies.
You won't believe it shut down.
Oh, it shut down?
It shut down
I found
now.
another one. I'm going in there with all my pennies. And I tripled there to give me a gallon of gas.
Yeah, so he throw the pennies. And so I don't know, have your world ever just stopped, like everything stopped? And so when that happened, I remember looking at him and I'm thinking to myself, like, why would he do that to somebody? And I didn't even consider myself. I'm just like, why would he do that to somebody? So I looked at him. I said, well, where's the bathroom? I'm about to go clean these pennies. Because at this point, I got to get to work to go get this check.
Right,
I don't have nothing else.
Right.
So I go to the restroom. I'm scrubbing the pennies. And for the first time, I realized that I was homeless. And so I don't think that whole year I realized it because I was in survival mode. What I'm going to eat, how I'm going to go to the restroom, how I'm going to take a shower.
Right.
And so that moment I'm scrubbing and I just bust out in tears. I'm crying like, oh my God, like I'm really homeless. Like I don't got no money. I don't have nothing. So while I'm crying, my pennies end up falling down into the drain.
Come on now.
Try to get the pennies out. Barely got them out. I go back out. I throw the pennies across the counter and said, just put it in there. That's all I said. Go to the car. I put the little gas in there. I get in my car and I have this conversation. And I said, God, if you can just bless me to get out of this situation, I promise you I will help people just like me. I said, I'm tired of sleeping in my car. I said, Lord, I'm tired of sleeping in this car. I'm tired of trying to find somewhere to eat, take a shower. I said, Lord, if you just bless me, I promise you that I will help people. And a week later, and I tell this story so many times, but I get so emotional.
Tell it.
A week later, the Lord blessed me with a human resource job. I was working at a home health agency in Carrollton.
Okay.
And I got the job. My very first check, and I actually have a picture of my first time, my very first check. I need you to know I didn't know nothing about the homeless. I never thought about the homeless. I didn't know where the homeless was. Before I was homeless, I was a person. I was buying rims, going to the club, smoking, drinking, buying stuff. I didn't think nothing about.
What was you smoking?
Just a little natural stuff, you know
Natural
what I'm saying?
stuff, huh?
Stuff calm you down. No. Stuff just calm you down a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
And so that first check, I get some food. And so I'm like, cool. I remember looking at where the homeless people. I go, at this time, I was on Austin Shelter Center, kind of like there in South Dallas. I pull up. And I see all these people, and I'm like, oh, Lord, like, what am I doing? It's nighttime, too. But I had to keep that commitment.
Right.
I popped my trunk, and, brother, people ran. They ran to the trunk to get the food. And at first, I was scared. I kind of, like, back because I'm like, oh, my God. And so that was my first time feeding, and I kept feeding every pay period. Now that I know, I was paying my tithes every pay period.
Right.
Paying my tithes, serving. And so one day the Lord said, I need you to tell people what you've been through and what you're doing. So I get on Facebook. I make this long post. Hey, y'all, for the last year, because I went off the face of earth. Hey, y'all, I've been going through this, boom, 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 boom. And now I'm going to start feeding the homeless. And so can y'all meet me in South Dallas at the car wash? And I want to pass out this and pass out that. And my first event, I pulled up, and it was hundreds of people out there feeding the people out there, volunteers had their food and stuff. And from that day forward, all the way to 10 years next year, I have fed the homeless every single month for almost 10 years. And God grew that foundation around the world. He transformed me. I'm a business owner also outside of my foundation. I mean, he just changed my life. I grew up dyslexic. I grew up with so many speech impairments. The Lord began to change me as a person. And so I tell people, even though I'm blessing people, God has blessed me so much by just keeping that one commitment. I haven't been good at being disciplined and committed to things in life, but this foundation, I have kept my promise to the Lord.
You know, this is fantastic. And for you to be able to broadcast it out and put your story out there. And the story that it really is. Because I'm very familiar with some of the areas you were talking about. The car wash, I'm assuming the car wash was on the MLK, on the corner right there. You know, because me being in politics, we were dealing with all these different scenarios, okay? And then you spoke about church and where you spoke about tithes. And I guess I'm saying to the people, you don't have to be in church to do your tithes to God, to the Lord, okay? Because you were blessed by way of helping others.
Yeah.
And you were basically paying your tithes. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I do a lot of stuff, okay? But it's for the people.
Yeah.
And I see your heart.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. You got a heck of a story. you just got to turn into a movie.
You know what? I see that. No, I really see that, and especially the growth. I made a Facebook post and I said, man, it's so crazy how serving God will repay you in so many ways.
In so many ways.
And so throughout life, I be looking at little stuff, and I'm like, man, this is because I feed the homeless. I got to be honest, because I know I'm good at stuff, but I ain't that good. And God just be putting me in right positions and places, and I'm like, this because I serve. It's the key to life. It's serving and giving.
But let's go back to you sleeping in the car.
Oh.
At the Walmart on Wheatland.
Yes.
The one that you know, it's shut down.
It's gone now. Shut down.
Yeah, because we had to shut it down. Well, they shut down, but it was, you know, people going in there after midnight in their pajamas and house shoes.
Showing out.
Taking all the Tylenol out, opening up the bottles and throwing the pills in their purse, putting the bottle back on the shelf.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Putting the meat all down
No,
in their
I
pants
know they weren't
everywhere.
taking the meat now.
They do take the meat. They take everything they get. But at the end of the day, you came through. And that's you get knocked down, and you were knocked down.
Yes.
But you know what you did? You got up.
Yeah.
And now you're up.
Yeah.
So now, tell me about a book or something are you writing a book? Or are you going to write a book? Or do you have a book? Or what are we doing?
You know what? So I can say, I'm currently right here. I do already have a published book, but it has nothing to do with my life story.
Okay.
It's about teaching people how to start a nonprofit
Okay.
and, the ins and outs, because I see so many people that struggle in that area. And so I'm like, cool, I want to help people start a nonprofit. You know what I mean? But I do see me writing a book and getting the story out there.
Of your life and what you've done.
It's because so many people get knocked down by life and think that's really it. And it take a mindset of just one simple thing, like, man, I want better. And you have to really believe it. And it sounds so cliche to say, but once you make that decision that this is what I want, things starting to change. Like, I'm in another place in life, like, hey, this is what I want for the foundation. It's time to take it to another level. I need to do more. I need to reach more people. I need to get it out there to people, because I can have a conversation with a homeless person and they understand, because I can understand, say, brother, you know what? I know why you're doing all that drinking, because you're stressed out and it's hard. Because when I was sleeping in that car, I was drinking too.
What was you drinking?
Probably an eggnog. I don't know.
I got some eggnog.
But I get it. So I realized that God put me in that season. I didn't see it, but I had to be in that season to be able to understand people.
Well, let me ask you something. How did you become homeless?
Oh,
your
very
story
good.
before becoming homeless.
Okay, that's good. No one has never asked that.
I'm asking.
No, that's really good.
This is the other side with DC. It's the second side. Sometimes it's the third side. Now we're going to the third side.
Beautiful. So Let me just tell you, I grew up in a poverty home,
Okay.
poverty mindset, poverty struggling just to do enough. So I've always just done enough to make it.
Right.
And so I had a roommate
Okay.
that we was roommating with. We lived right behind the Taco Bell and stuff on Wheeling, all them little apartments back there.
All that up with that.
Yeah, that little place.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. And brother, one day I came home and she was packing her stuff.
Done packed up on you.
I was like, and she was like, yeah, me and my boyfriend decided to move together.
Uh-oh.
And she was my sister, like a play sister.
Right.
And I'm like, what? Like, I can't afford to go nowhere. And, you know, and so that moment it happened. People always say, well, what about your family? You know, I reached out, the first person I reached out to, and I told this story in public, I reached out to my mom.
Okay.
And me and my mom never just had that relationship.
Okay.
And she pretty much said no. And the moment she said no, I felt like everybody else would say no. And I just, if my mama won't help me, nobody's going to help me. And so I kind of went on a journey by myself.
Okay. And then you had the responsibilities of making it.
Walmart, I know y'all shut it down because people,
shut it down.
but I probably
I
had
built
my
another
little
one now.
fair share.
I built another one. I'll
Okay.
tell you, the one on Loop 12 on.
Oh, yes,
that's my
behind
Walmart.
Quick Trip
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
I built all of that. Okay, I did as mayor and mayor pro tem of the city of Dallas. I did that.
Wow.
And you know what I told them? I said, now this is what we're gonna do because of Wheatland and the things that were going on at Wheatland. I said we're gonna close the store at 12 o'clock. Mm-hmm. See, at Wheatland it was 24 hours.
Yeah.
I said, well, we'll just kind of take a breather and do it at 12 o'clock. Mm-hmm. But, you know, you are such a successful story to have come from where you are and to have the tenacity to continue to drive and then the commitment of helping others. And now telling your story and walking through where you've been to help others.
Yeah.
So I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that. But now, what do you tell people and how do you help other nonprofits to grow? And what would you tell them?
Yeah, so nonprofits, the first thing is they have to understand visibility is so important. Right now we live in a social media world.
Okay.
They're going to come to your page. They're going to see what you're doing. And I hate to say this, you have to do the work before people give you anything.
Right.
People will donate to $1 million nonprofit because the nonprofit got it. I mean, they know that they're going to do it for the right.
Time.
Yeah, but if you on social media acting like you need it for you, and you got to keep that life separate.
Right.
And so I tell people, do the work first, and when people see you do the work, they going to give to you because they know that what they giving is adding, and you're not just waiting on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And some of these big people, though, that get the big things, they don't really hit the real people that need it.
And I know, and it blows my mind. I got so many videos. The homeless are making me a video like, hey, sister, can you make a video and say they need to come help you? You the one out here with us. They giving money to them other people. We never see nothing they give us. I'm on the streets with them. I'm out there with a big radio. Sometimes I'm just playing some old school music so they can just chill. I got my generator. They can just charge up their phones. Even if it's just me by myself, cool, let me go buy 40 or 50 tacos and let me just go chill with them, building that relationship. Because when I'm out there, they take care of me. Hey, that's Queen. They call me Queen.
Okay,
hey, that's
Queen.
Yeah, they're like, that's Queen. Don't disrespect Queen because they get a little crunk out there sometimes. But they watch out for me because I go when it's a crowd, and then I go when it's nobody but me and them because I want them to know, hey, I ain't just coming out here to show out because we got all this good stuff. I need you to know that I'm understand, and I'm just out here. It's just us. It ain't nothing gonna be on social media. We just doing our thing. So it's McQueen Foundation, and then it's me, my heart, that I made that commitment to God.
Well, now, what problems do you run into? You certainly run into some arrogant people. I tell people all the time, just because you're black don't mean you're right now.
Oh, I have run into some I don't want this hot dog. Y'all don't got no Dr. Pepper. I don't drink no Sprite.
He can't buy nothing.
Listen,
he don't want your Sprite or your hot dog.
Brother, I done been cussed out.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it.
They done cussed me out like a dog.
I've experienced it.
And I was like, You know what? I've never said nothing. I'm gonna tell you the only one time in all these years I got emotional. My car had just got towed. All right before the event.
Who told it?
I was in an apartment.
What part of town? No, I'm going somewhere with this. Who told you? Is it in Oak Cliff?
It was in Oak Cliff.
Okay, I'm on it. And they towed your car out of the apartment.
Out the apartment.
And I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
Were you parked in the wrong spot or the wrong way? Or
I didn't know that I needed a
sticker
to text in or something. You got the text when you get to there and put in your license plate and all this stuff. And so I didn't know that I had to do that.
Okay.
And so
did you live there or you were visiting?
I was visiting.
Okay.
Yep. And so it was right before the event. Find out it's like $300. I'm like, man, like I wasn't expecting this. So I get a ride to the event. And so this man was complaining. He was going off. And I said, do you know what I had to go through to get here? My car towed, and I still came out here. Like, I ain't never got emotional, but I was hurt. Like, you up here talking about something, brother. I got to go try to get my car out. And I still made a way to come down here. And I always keep my composure because I understand mental health. But that day I'm like, man, look.
Like me when I'm on city council. When my button get mashed, everybody better sit down.
Like, for
get
real.
Out the way. Well, so now, where did you have to go get your car?
I went down to the little towing place.
Right,
Actually, where are all these
at
tow?
310. Right,
okay, see, you know everything.
I bet you I know everything. I know a lot. See, first of all, understand this. I'm a hood rat. Okay, I'm an Oak Cliff, South Dallas Oak Cliff. That's me, period. And I can be all of this, that, and the other. I am a hood rat. Okay, and I'm supposed to know. All right. Now here's the deal. So you went over to that little old place where they don't have no chairs, they don't have nothing to guard you from the weather. They got bulletproof glass, and they talk to you as arrogant as they're very arrogant people.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. I'm just telling you.
Wow.
They know me because I know them. And we've had some conversation with that.
Yeah.
Now back to the apartments. I'm going somewhere. I know we're talking about all this, but I want to throw this in because you struck a nerve when you say your car was towed from the apartments. And you were a visitor, but your car was parked legally, but the record company came and towed your car because you didn't have a sticker.
Yeah, I didn't text the little number. They got it where you got to text your number and add it to the appointment and the apartment number and all this stuff. And I didn't know. I didn't see it.
Okay, so the sign needs to be bigger.
It needs to be bigger so you can see it.
And all of that, and legally. And let me tell you why I'm talking about this. And then the other side with DC, we're going to be talking about this because there's another issue that I'm having. When I hear stuff like this, then I kind of tie it into some other things that are happening. It is my understanding, and hopefully that the record companies and everybody will understand, and the apartments will understand, that now, and only in Oak Cliff and probably Pleasant Grove, do you realize that when you pay your rent monthly for whatever your rent is. But do you realize them people got to pay $5 to park?
Oh, are you serious?
I just told you. Shut the back door.
That's out of control.
I want you all to know, I'm looking at this camera and tell you, I want y'all to know I'm coming after you. Okay? People are not going to be paying their monthly rent and then $5 in addition to park their car and all of that. By the city ordinance, you have to have a certain number of parking places for the city of Dallas. But now you can't charge the tenant an additional $5 for something that you already supposed to have. See, they don't know. That's why they put me in time out. Because see, I go and straighten things out. I do the Lattimore. You know what the Lattimore is?
Well, no, what's the Lattimore?
You remember? You ever heard of the singer Lattimore?
Oh yes.
What is it?
Yes.
Let's straighten it out. Okay, so we're gonna straighten it out. But now, so I have a major problem with that, and I have a major problem with the towing companies because they come and they prey on situations like you're explaining. Okay, and then they take you out there to go pick it up, pay you $300. You have to pay $300, and they're extremely. I went to court with them. Okay, when I served on the grand jury here in the city of Dallas at one point, I took the grand jury on a Saturday night. Guess where I took them?
Where?
To the hood, the Aria Blues Palace. Okay, I took all the white people, and we went in South Dallas, Aria Blues Palace. And we parked across the street in the parking lot. And while we were there, because we were in the African American community, the people's cars got towed. Okay? Well, hell, they didn't realize with their greedy self that they had just towed the white people's cars. All of us were all on the grand jury.
Wow.
So that's how I began my real relationship with those people and how I know. But we're going to do something about it. But anyway, I just had to put that in there to let you know and let them know I'm coming after you. To the apartments, complexes, you're going to stop charging those people $5, okay? And you're not going to charge them $120 a month. You're going to charge them what it is to rent, and they pay their rent. And wherever you live, you have the right to have a parking place.
Exactly.
And it should be not just one parking place, but it's 2 parking places. So I deal with that.
And let me just say this: what I've learned as I've changed in life, and even where I live at, they pick and choose what neighborhood they do that in. They don't do that in where I live at. I ain't seen no tow truck visitors. You can park anywhere. You can park wherever you want. And so it's like y'all pick and choose and prey on certain people, and it's not right. So they just kind of
you just made a statement. You like George Jefferson. You done moved on up. He said, you done moved on up. They ain't over there where you are towing this stuff around over there. They just towing around over here in Oak Cliff. In southern Dallas. That's what they doing. Oak Cliff and Pleasant Grove. So we're going to look out for PG in Oak Cliff, okay?
Exactly. I'm with it.
We'll stop it.
I'm with it.
I've just made a commitment.
I'm with it.
Well, so tell me even more. I'm just so interested in where you're going and what you're doing and what you want to do. What are your plans?
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So for this entire 9 years, I've been solely been funded by people, volunteers, solely everything. And so I'm like, man, this year I need to learn if these $1 million foundations and homeless, like, what are they doing? I'm like, God, show me the blueprint. What am I missing? Like, and so I'm starting to learn that, like, I want to learn more about grants. I know this sounds crazy. Outside of this, I'm a content creator. I do business consults with business owners. That's how I live and make my living. And so I'm like, man, I'm about to get a job with the Dallas Association. I need to work for the city of Dallas because what I'm seeing, it ain't adding up. I don't know if they don't understand what's happening in the streets. I'm like, they need somebody in there that know what's going on. And so I got on Google. I'm like, man, I'm about to really get me a job down there, but they not hiring.
They don't never say they ain't hiring.
Oh.
No, not to me. Don't say that. Oh. We can make them hire.
Oh, yeah. I was like, they need somebody in there because y'all got the resources.
I'm relating with you.
Like, what is happening?
See, you just struck another nerve. Here's the deal. I'm the former mayor of this city and mayor pro tem. They can never tell me that we don't have no money. And they can never tell me that we can't hire people. My deal is, and one reason why they put me in timeout, because I would make them find a way. You find a way for everything else. Mm-hmm. You find a way for your cousins and your sisters and your brothers and your sons to get hired, and without even having to go through a hiring process. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about over in the at the building over on Jefferson, pretty much. Mm-hmm. You see these people that's retired, and then all of a sudden, their son or their daughter come in and take over, and you never knew that the job was available. Okay? So we got to get you in there. They hire people from Chicago, for example, not ragging on Chicago, from Alabama, from Tennessee, from New York, wherever they're from. When they come here, they can't come here telling us what the hell we need. Mm-hmm. They don't know what we need. They're not from here. They're not from in the middle of the hood. They can't tell you Oak Cliff Village Apartments is going on over there. Prince Hall Apartments, what's needed over there. Or St. James Place, there's what the needs are over there. But you can.
Exactly.
And others like you can.
Yes.
And that's why we have to speak up and make sure that they hire people in Dallas
Yes.
that can tell them where the needs are, that you can get out there and do what you're doing.
Yes. And there's so many people like me that be out there just, I mean, in the mud working. And so, like I said, this last month, I've actually, towards December, I go a little slow because I'm like, man, I need to learn what it is I need to do to take it to that next level. Like, it's another level. Like, it's so much I can do with $10,000, $30,000. And one thing I learned about God, when you have the plan ready, so when the opportunity comes, you don't got to scramble. You already know, hey, this is what I'm going to do with this. This is what the people need. This is how this foundation can go to the next level. Not only bless the homeless, but bless those struggling nonprofits that I know and that I see, and be able to pour into them so they can go do the work. Because I just can't do it by myself. It takes a village of nonprofits to help people. So those little nonprofits that be struggling, like, cool, I want to be a blessing to them. I want them to, we can give grants to other nonprofits so they can go out there and do the work. So that's where I'm at right now.
Do you have a struggle dealing with people? Tell me about the jealous people.
Oh, brother.
You're jealous. The ones that's nonprofits that's competitive.
How you know about that?
What you talking about?
Oh, my God. I got to give it. Oh, my God.
That's it. Hey, let's get to the third side now.
That's, you know.
Shit. Shoot. I know.
I can't believe.
I know. See, I have a nonprofit.
Man.
My nonprofit is the Dallas Youth Council, and we're into my 13th year of dealing with the youth and carrying them all over and educating, opening up doors, letting them see things greater than what they've grown up around.
Wow.
So they can be exposed and take advantage of the opportunity. So yes, I know these jealous Negroes out here.
I be like, y'all acting like we getting paid and it's a competition. Ain't nobody getting paid. No, how can we compete to help people? And it blow. What do we compete? It ain't like I'm selling shirts and you selling the same shirt and I'm out doing your shirt, out selling you. And so maybe you're a little jealous. I get it, bro. We all are feeding. I'm taking this out of my pocket. What is the jealousy?
Hey,
what is the jealousy?
Well, it's the Willie Lynch syndrome. And it's the crab in the bucket. Mm-hmm. When you see a bucket of crabs and one crab is about to get out, the other crabs grab him by the leg and pull him back down. Yeah. I see this that we're talking about. I see it in the commercial industry around here in Dallas. I see it in the record entertainment business around here in Dallas. Why is it that everybody are trying to be just better than the other and don't want the next one to get up, when everybody, if they were singing in the same choir, everybody'd be all right?
Yes. And we can do more if we all come together. And it's not about, I try to just stay focused on my mission. Like, cool, I don't want to look at what nobody else doing. Let me stay focused on what I'm doing.
Right.
But people have to understand, it's cool and all to feed the homeless, but don't forget to work on the business and in the business. It's two parts of this nonprofit. We're branded well, marketing as well. We have automations for our clients. They can text us because I worked in the business and on. So it takes time to build to that level. It took me a while to learn how to have people sign up, and then they get an email, and then they'll get the orientation, and without me having to do nothing. It took long night hours. It took watching YouTube. It took time. So at one point I had to say, cool, it's good to feed the homeless, but if you want to go to that next level, it's going to be some other things that you need to do on the nonprofit.
Where are you located, or how can people reach you?
Okay.
And so we just can't stop it right here.
Okay.
And turn the camera off and say, well, and then nobody know how to reach you.
Yes. So we have an Instagram called the McQueen Foundation Fight Hunger. I'm so sorry. That's our Facebook, McQueen Foundation Fight Hunger. Our Instagram is MF_Fight Hunger. Mm-hmm. We're located in Dallas, Texas. Right off Oakland is where our little setup is, our little office. And then our website is www.mffighthunger.org. Now
we got to run and go get pencils and all
I know
that.
it's a lot. I know.
No. because I want you to repeat it.
Okay.
'Cause I want go get your pencils and your pens and get your
Go-
all your little tablets and
get it.
everything. Go get it.
Go.
Go ahead. Let's try it again.
All right.
Let's add it in there one more time.
Okay, so one more time. My Instagram is MF_Fight Hunger. Our Facebook is McQueen Foundation Fight Hunger. And then we're located in Dallas, Texas. If you just go to Google and put in McQueen Foundation, it better pop up on the top. All that work out in there. It should pop up at the top.
Pop up on top.
Yeah, it should pop up on the top. McQueen Foundation Fight Hunger. You'll see our website. That's mffighthunger.org. Just put in McQueen Foundation on Google and everything will pop up for you.
So who has helped? If you can name some of the other foundations or the grant people and folk giving out money, and anybody that stepped up to the plate,
No, sir.
we're gonna have to go get them.
No, sir. Let me give a shout out to the volunteers.
Shout out to whoever you want
These
to shout
people,
out to.
every single volunteer. Some people have been feeding the homeless with me for 9 years straight. 6, 7, 8, 9. They've helped me provide the food. They helped me with funding. We able to buy tents. We able to buy generators, buy big speakers. Every single thing they have helped me fund, and I could not have done such a mass without people feeling my story and feeling when people feel your heart. I tell them, people know when people real or not, and when people feel your heart and when God is in you, they attracted to God. I always give the glory to the Lord because I pray every day, God, let people see you and me. Please let your love vibrate off me to people. Let it be you. Let them not see me. And so I thank God that he has just sent so many people in our life to just help us, and I'm grateful. So we're gonna have our first gala. I've never had a gala. Next year
I'm gonna have
a
one, too.
gala.
I
I'm
haven't
gonna have
had one.
Oh look, we might just do a combined gala.
Well, look here, we're not gonna let you get away from us.
Oh, I'm not going nowhere.
We ain't gonna let you go
Listen,
nowhere.
I'm not going
We're gonna
nowhere.
team it up.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And you're gonna meet another gentleman.
Okay.
His name is Jerry. I want to shout out to Jerry.
Shout out to Jerry.
He is odds are against us. That's the name of his foundation. And then I want you to be able to meet Miss Eva Miles of
I know Miss Eva.
You know Eva?
I know Miss. Ask Miss
Anna's
Eva.
house.
We was just texting the other day. Miss Eva know me.
Yeah.
Yes, you could say
Well, it's 'cause-
Sister McQueen. She know me.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Eva is one of us in our family, Jerry,
Oh.
and we're gonna have you in our family.
Y'all
And
need
we're
to
gonna-
adopt me. Can we write this down on a piece of paper
Shit.
that I'm getting in the family? What's my new last name? I need to make sure before I leave.
Sign on the down line
Listen,
right there.
I need
Just
listen
right down
before
the
I
down line.
leave.
There you
I
go.
need to make sure that
Yeah.
I'm in the family
You
now.
in the family.
All right.
You in the family.
All right.
All right. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna go to the big people
Okay.
that are giving away so much stuff.
So much.
But because of the level that they are in, then the big money goes to them, but it doesn't come out and reach the people down here that are
Yes.
in need.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you know, and I'm talking about for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, for the homeless. There's a lot of things that they need to do to come and meet with the people that's been there, that's down with the program.
Yes.
So we can direct some traffic and tell them this is what's going to help us. This is what's going to take people off the street. This is what's
Yes.
going to help us help the homeless. This is how we're going to bring the love back into the community and the opportunities for employment.
Yes. Yes.
That's where I am.
It's needed. It's needed so much. It's
All right.
needed.
Well, look, we're going to end it right here
All
for
right.
now. Only for now.
Okay. All right.
We're going to end it only for now. I want you all to know, this is one hell of a story. One that you heard. One that you can see the passion and you can see the need and have the knowledge to know help is needed.
Yes.
If you're not doing anything but volunteering, if you're not doing anything but making phone calls, and those of you that's got money, you're going to have to give it up. That's all there is to it. All y'all folks over there, we eating all your chicken, we eating all your hamburgers, we eating all your barbecue, we eating everything. We getting all our haircut, we going to all your clubs, we doing every single thing, but y'all going to have to come on with it and give something back. So we and she can continue helping the people that need the help. I'm telling you, I'm coming after you. I'm Dwayne Caraway. Y'all know I will come and I won't bite my tongue. And at the end of the day, all the motels that's out there, all you big foundations with all of the money, you got to start sharing the dollars. You know, water runs downhill. It's hard to get it uphill. But manna comes from heaven. And you guys with all of that, y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know I know all of the major foundations that you all are doing things for. We appreciate that. But you got to give us some down here on the ground so we can sprinkle the ground and grow some flowers and grow some opportunity and make sure that you and your commitment and your foundation and others are being able to touch the real people that need the help.
Yes.
I want to thank you.
Thank you so much.
The McQueen Foundation. It's not just any foundation. It's the McQueen Foundation. Don't let that get away from you. The Other Side with DC. Subscribe, like, share it, tell everybody.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.